Welcome back to another baby prep video. I keep saying that, baby prep, but really this is me just prepping foods for myself, foods for my family, getting our house in order before baby comes. Because as we'll talk about later in this video, there's really not that much to prep for baby. I find that our society has put so much focus on preparing for the baby's arrival, the baby's things, the baby gadgets, the baby accessories, and we don't focus enough on healing foods, preparing a space for mama to heal. And I just want to read a little insert from one of my favorite postpartum books, The First 40 Days. I recommend this book to any mama who is expecting, just to really realize how important that postpartum season is, how sacred it is still held in other countries, whereas here in America, in the Western culture, it's just kind of rushed along. Many mamas, if they do work, they're expected to go back to work within 6 to 12 weeks. I know with my first child, I was only given 6 weeks of leave, and I had to basically receive no pay to take any extra time. And it's just really sad how this sacred time is not held special for mamas in our society today. And there's no wonder so many new mothers are facing so many difficulties in this time, which should be sacred and special. So here's a little insert I wanted to read to you guys. In other times and in other places around the world, a postpartum period of healing and adjustment was expected and allowed. After the rigorous and demanding act of birth, it was considered critically necessary for the whole family, for the society as a whole, and for the woman to be given the first 40 days to heal and rest. Other people in her community would feed her, nurture her, and take all of her responsibilities off her plate so that she could focus on one thing and one thing only, transitioning healthily and happily from expectant woman to mother. So it just reminds me that in other places in this world, women are given 40 days to heal and recover and have basically no stress. Whereas here, it's not feasible for many people. It wasn't feasible for me in my first several pregnancies. I definitely will not be able to take a full 40 days off now. We just don't have that community around us. We don't live in those little family units anymore, community units anymore. We personally don't have family that lives right near us. I have family that is going to be more than happy to come and help me when they can, but it's not like they live with us or they live right next door. Whereas in some of these other cultures and in these past years, that was the case. They had a live-in aunt, grandmother, sister, friend who basically came and took over the responsibilities for the mama in that time. So I realized that is not feasible. And a lot of women's health does suffer because of that. But I just want to remind you that it is important to take some form of a resting period. And that's why you see me doing all of this prep now. It may look like I'm doing a lot. And I've had some people tell me that when they see me doing all this, that just makes them tired. And I'm excited to do this now and excited to put in this hard work now, this food prep, this home prep, so that in those first few weeks postpartum, I can truly rest and transition from an expectant mama of 3 to now a mama of 4 with a newborn. And I'm very excited about that. So all of this prep really gets me excited for that resting season that is coming in just a few short weeks. Take a quick pause and we'll come back to our little postpartum chat in just a few minutes. All right, let's talk about stripping diapers. So I have an entire video where I show you exactly how I strip diapers. So basically I combine our washing detergent, some washing soda, baking soda, borax, apple cider vinegar, in a large tub of water. So that's what I'm preparing now, is a tub full of stripping ingredients to strip our cloth diapers. So this is just going to strip away any residue from the past and make them really soft, put them back to their maximum absorbency for our new little sweet baby. So I will link that video below on the full diaper stripping process. If you are in the need of stripping your cloth diapers, getting them fresh, white, soft, really absorbent. Again, this is always so satisfying to do, but you will be amazed at how much yuckiness comes out in your tub when you strip diapers or any clothes. I've stripped some of our towels before, some of our white t-shirts before, and the color in your tub just blows your mind. You'll think, have I even washed these clothes in a year? This is just build up and residue that just builds up on clothes in general, not just diapers. So here is that book, The First 40 Days. The Art of Nourishing a New Mother. It's one of my favorites. I always recommend it. It's a wonderful gift to give a friend or family member who is expecting, because it has some beautiful knowledge about the postpartum season, but also some amazing recipes. So I'm about to make a recipe from here that I haven't made before. I've made many of these recipes in my past pregnancies going into postpartum, but one I'm going to try today is a hearty sausage stew. And I'll go ahead and tell you, we've had this twice since I made it because I made such a large batch. We had it for dinner that night. I made another batch just this week, and it is so delicious. It is very filling with the root vegetables, lots of broth, homemade tomato sauce, sausage. So delicious. This is one I really recommend. So I always recommend getting this book. If you are expecting, give it as a gift to an expectant mama. Here I'm wrapping up that sweet bread to freeze for us for the week, and then freeze one. So I make this bread once a week, every other week, or a bread like it, or muffins. So I'm just, like I said, every time I make something like this, I double or triple the batch. Eat some then, put the rest in the freezer. So my freezer stash is slowly building very quickly, much more so than probably if I even took a whole day to just sit there and prep food. So I've been really pleased with this process and a lot less overwhelmed than I have in past pregnancies. So I encourage you, if you are expecting, to put in some prep in some way. You don't have to make as much as me, as much of these foods as I am. You might have family, friends that are going to do that for you, and that's absolutely beautiful. But just think about what you can do now in your pregnant state, as much as you can get done, as much as you feel like that your future postpartum self will thank you for. Because I know I'm going to be so grateful that I've put in all of these hours prepping meals, prepping food, prepping our house once baby arrives. So you've seen me make a vegetable soup. It's just as easy to increase the amount and put some in the freezer. And that's just been so manageable for me at this point. I've mentioned it before. In the past, I did big meal prep days, and that's just not feasible for me right now. All of my children do not take naps anymore, so there's not like a big nap time I can work on this. It's just easier to spend an hour or two every day, scattered throughout the day, preparing something to stash into the freezer. So that's what you see me do in these past couple of weeks, preparing soups, breads, meatloaves, all of that for my family to have in those first few weeks postpartum when I don't want to be required to get up and cook a meal. Okay, as I'm working on preparing the ingredients for this stew, let's finish talking about our postpartum chat, the postpartum season for mamas. So I remember my first pregnancy, I was up and doing everything I did before I had my baby, and like I really didn't feel bad. Like I didn't feel like I needed to rest. No one really told me I needed to sit down and rest for 40 days or even 5 days. I didn't have a midwife then who was recommending it. I did have a hospital birth, and I had a pretty traumatic hospital birth. If you want more on that story, I have a video. You can check that story out. But my body truly needed to rest, whether I felt tired or like I needed to rest or not. And I could truly see it in my healing. My postpartum bleeding lasted much, much longer. I felt really fatigued by like 1 or 2 months in motherhood. Whereas in these past pregnancies, when I have taken that postpartum resting time, my postpartum bleeding stops a lot sooner. I feel a lot less anxious and stressed with a newborn. And it just, overall, your health is so much better when you take some time in the postpartum to truly rest. Accept help, have some things prepped ahead of time as much as you can, and let your family help you. Let your family and friends help you. There are people that want to help you. They might just need you to ask them. They might not really know what to offer. They offer to help. Ask them just to come wash some dishes for you. Come do a load of laundry. Come vacuum your house. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And a lot of times people think, well, I'm going to go over there and hold the baby so she can do such and such. No, that's not really what needs to happen. Mamas need to hold the new baby. They need that time with the new baby to bond. The baby needs that time with mama to bond. The baby does not know anyone else than the mama in those first few weeks to months. So passing the baby around so mama can get up and do some dishes or get some laundry done is not really the best thing that our society kind of makes us think. They're like, oh, I'll go hold the baby so mama can get a shower. Yes, that might be lovely, and she might want a shower. But other than that, she doesn't need to be up doing something around the house while you hold the baby. If you're wanting to offer to help someone in the postpartum season, you offer to do something for her while she holds and bonds with the baby. Take a little bit of stress off of her and let her just be with her baby. It's just so backwards, and I've seen it so many times. And I don't think people mean anything by it. That's just kind of what they think. And everybody wants to hold a new baby. I mean, new babies are beautiful and cuddly and they smell good, and everybody wants that. But the person who needs to hold baby the most is the mama. Just a little friendly reminder there for going and helping someone in the postpartum, or if you are the postpartum mama, what you could ask for. And don't be afraid to ask it. I used to feel like I was being rude if I said, no, I'm going to hold the baby, you can go wash my dishes. But it's really what we need. We really need that rest and that healing and that bonding time and the unneeded stress of all of the household duties that oftentimes fall on mothers. So that's again why I'm doing some of this prep now, so that my husband can easily prepare these meals for us. They're already ready. And then if we have friends and family that bring us meals, that will be lovely. And we will be so grateful for that. But there's a lot already prepped ahead of time, so that that postpartum time for myself is restful, is peaceful, and I can cuddle with my baby as much as hopefully I want to. So let's take a few minutes and talk quickly about the very small baby haul for this fourth sweet little baby. Let's go over a couple of the actual baby prep things. So I'm taking y'all through a little bit of cleaning. There's more of that to do. A little bit of the meal prepping and postpartum food prepping for myself and my family. There's a lot more of that to do. But there's not that much to do for baby. With my first child, I spent the entire pregnancy, it seems like, picking out outfits, picking out things for the nursery. And I just realized it just wasn't necessary. Putting things on our baby registry list, and did not spend nearly enough time learning about birth, the process of birth, the interventions of birth. And I just encourage you, if you are expecting, to spend more time thinking about researching the pregnancy, things that happen in pregnancy, how birth works, how your body works, and breastfeeding, things like that, than just spending time for baby. So this will literally be all I'm showing you guys for prepping for baby, because this is about it. I have a couple of packages that my mom sent me for new baby and myself, and then I'll show you how I have baby clothes stored. All of this is just going to go onto my little postpartum cart. The diapers, some of the diapers, not all of them, they won't all fit because we do cloth diaper. And then I'll pull a few of these boxes are for 0 to 12 months, boy and girl. We don't know the gender, so once I know, I'll just pull out the few outfit options that we have in that newborn age and stick them on the little postpartum cart, so I can easily change outfits. We literally stick to about 5 to 7 outfits in that newborn age because they grow so quickly, and I just don't see it necessary. With my first child, we had like 25 newborn outfits. He might have worn half of those. So anyways, let's first, we'll talk a little bit about, this is the one new outfit we have. I know my mom will probably buy another new outfit or two, my mom and mother-in-law, but this is the one we have. I love these zip sleeper onesies. This is about all we put on newborns because they just don't need fancy clothes at that age. It is going to be a summer baby, so I honestly may keep them in a diaper more than this, but to sleep in at night, since they do still get really cold, I like having several of these. I think I have 2 or 3 more in this box. I'll look for it in a minute. And then we'll talk about cloth diapers in a minute. We already stripped our cloth diapers earlier. They are still in the tub soaking. I've already started a second round of them. They get really, the water will get really brown as you see all of the yuckiness coming out of the diapers. You don't realize how yucky your laundry is until you go to strip it. So anyways, we do use disposable those first few weeks. So this is a safer brand you can get on Amazon. My other favorite brand that is not on Amazon is Healthy Nest. It's actually my preferred disposable diaper brand, but this is an easy one I can put on Amazon lists for friends and family to buy for us. This is a good less toxic version than a lot of the diaper brands. So we have a pack of diapers for that new cloth diaper wet bag. This one is from Assembly. I talked about Assembly cloth diapers a lot. That's what we are stripping in the bathtub upstairs. So this is just a new wet bag. This is technically a on-the-go wet bag, but I'm probably gonna keep this one downstairs. We keep our other wet bag upstairs since my youngest is still in cloth diapers. Hopefully she's getting out of them soon. We're working on that. I'll keep the big wet bag up there for all of her diapers, and I'll keep this smaller one down here for the new baby's cloth diapers. And then let's open a couple of packages. I think one of these is a gift for myself, for my mom. The other one is for the baby. So, okay. So we do use assembly, but I wanted to try out flats again. Actually wrapping the flats. That's just pictures. Actually wrapping the flats around baby instead of, in the past, I used flats on my first child. I told you this before. Did not have good success with them because I basically used the flat like a pad diaper, like an insert. Put it inside of the cover. Here, I have a cover right here. I can show you. I basically lay the flat inside the diaper. This time with this new little baby, I want to try out the flat diapers actually folded, wrapped around baby. So do I have this here? Oh, I guess she didn't. We haven't ordered those yet. Okay, so what I'm getting at is this. I have these little snappies all over the place. These little snappies actually hold flat diapers when you fold them around the newborn baby. They're just a much better fit than I think a lot of the cloth diapers. So we will be using disposable some. I will still be using assembly, but I don't really love to use assembly until baby's about 5 to 6 weeks, just because their legs are so little still. It's just hard to get a really good fit. But with flats, you do get a really good fit from the beginning with flat diapers. So these snappies, these were another little gift from a family member. These will hold on the flat diapers. So I will go over more of that when I actually get those. I thought they were in this package, but they're not. So she got me a wool cover. I've been very interested to try out wool. There are some specifications. You have to wash this a certain way to make sure it stays absorbent. But what I've read, if pee leaks on this, it repels the smell, it repels the odor. You'd only have to wash this every few weeks. So there are special directions for washing it, but I'm going to make sure to take care of this one. Since I'm cloth diapering, it's just as easy to wash wipes with the cloth diapers. So that's what we're going to try out this time. I will need to wash these a couple times. I thought I had the flats in here to start washing, because when you do use flat diapers, you have to wash them a couple of times to get them soft enough. So this is actually just wipes. So that whole story about the flats is irrelevant because I don't even have them yet. So I need to order those. So this is a stash of wipes. We'll still use disposable wipes on the go, but this is for at home. Since I'm already washing cloth diapers, it's just as easy to wash a wipe. So I'll have a little solution of water in a little spray bottle. It'll stay on my little postpartum cart. I'll spray the wipe the baby, toss this in the white bag with the cloth diapers. It's very, very simple. Okay, so that is the little diaper chat. I'll chat more about those flat covers, flats, once I get them. I didn't realize they weren't in this package. So we got a little cover, a couple of packs of snappies. So this is like the old school replacement for safety pins. These just kind of snap together and hold the cloth diaper together. So we'll really only be using these in the first month or two, depending on how I like the flats. I've loved assembly, and I've talked about them so much on this channel. Still love them. We use them on my youngest, I'll use them on the new baby, but just in that young age, I really just love the look of a little fitted diaper around a baby, and we're gonna test that out this time. I just wanna try it and see how we like it. Okay, so last package, I think this is a gift for me, yes, from my mom, is a new woven wrap. So I'm a big fan of baby wearing the first 4 to 6 months. As long as baby wants to be worn, I like to wear them. So I have a structured carrier that I wore a lot with my last baby. I had a ring sling that I wore a lot with my second baby, and I had a stretchy solid baby wrap that I wore a lot with my first baby. So I have 3 different wraps now, and now I have a 4th one, and I like to interchange them all. So this one I mainly got because with a woven wrap, it's very similar to a stretchy wrap in how you wear baby, but it's not stretchy, obviously. So the perk of this is you can back wear younger babies much sooner than you could in a stretchy or a structured carrier. And for me personally, I've been milking cow at some point postpartum. It'll be several weeks for sure. My husband will take over that job temporarily. But when I am back to milking, I need a way I can wear baby safely. If they need to go out there with me, they can't sit here with my husband for some reason, or they're not sitting in a stroller or seat or something. I wanted a wrap that I could wear them on my back. So this is a lot of fabric. I contemplated making one of these, but it ended up, the fabric was gonna cost quite a bit. And I wanted it to be truly safe, because when you are back wearing a baby, you want a truly safe fabric. So we're gonna practice on my 1.5-year-old wearing a woven wrap. I'll try to get some video clips of that for you guys, but that is what this is. It's a really pretty color. I just got the cream and this khaki color. And then I have those other wraps as well that I'll be using for this baby. So that about wraps it up for our little baby haul. That's literally it. In the next video, or the next, whenever I put it together, I'll show my postpartum cart. That's gonna mainly be things I'm preparing for myself postpartum. So things like hair ties, clips, tinctures for afterbirth cramps. I will have diapers and wipes on that cart so I can easily change diapers at night. I will have a couple of babies' outfits on there. So I'll quickly show you all the outfits. So I have boy and girls 0 to 12 months. These are so handy. I went ahead and ordered 3 of them. So I have each age group from each of my children. And as they get older, I'll add more to our collection. And it's just been so easy for clothing rotation, especially if you have multiple children. So when one of my children grows out of a size, I stash it in the boy side or the girl side. And then the next child, when they grow into that size, I go pull out of that bin to restock that child's closet. It's been phenomenal. So if we have a boy, obviously we'll be on this side. Girl, obviously this side. So this is actually backwards because I've been filling it as my youngest grows out. So the 12 months are on top and the newborns are on the bottom. So I may not actually go through this now. But here's one of those zip sleepers that we love. It's just so easy for changes. I know a lot of people love gowns for babies in this newborn age. I just personally don't. I understand the idea. There's no zipping, there's no snapping. For me personally, the gowns on my children just always got wound up around their legs because we don't swaddle. We do co-sleep, so I just never really liked the gowns. We prefer the zip sleeper. So I'll go ahead and pull these out, the ones that are gender neutral. Go through this another time. I'm not gonna go through this on the camera because, like I said, all of the smallest sizes are on the bottom. So that is it. So I'm excited about these few little new pieces for this 4th little baby. We don't go overboard with the new things for baby. They don't need a lot. They need love, safety, a place to sleep, a few pairs of clothes, a clean diaper, food from mama. That's about it. So that is our little baby haul. I'm gonna go finish up putting the soup up, finish up that soup, get it put into the freezer. A little bit of meal prepping today has made this so much more manageable for me personally, not having to do one big meal prep. I did that in the past. It was very overwhelming. This is a season of life I don't want to be overwhelmed with the children I have, other household tasks I have inside and outside. So doing a little bit a day has been so helpful. So we're gonna finish that soup up and I will talk to y'all in my next video.